Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. This is Trek Jive. We only have one Trek to Jive this time, which, frankly, that's nice. It's real nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this time we are talking about Star Trek Picard, Season 2, Episode 5, Fly Me to the Moon, and oh boy, was this an episode. Real quick, get the business out of the way if you're new to this channel, or you've only seen a few of these. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that kind of stuff. We have reviews for like almost every Star Trek episode that's come out in the last couple of years, so fucking check those out. And yeah, we got a Patreon, we got social media, do all this stuff. Links are in the thing below, whatever. You know what's happening.
Yep,
okay.
You know what to do.
I primarily want to get to Star Trek and don't care about the business. So let's talk about this Star Trek. So I would say we have 3 storylines in this episode. All right, so our first storyline, I generally tend to go from the lightest storyline to the heaviest storyline. The lightest storyline in this episode is Seven and Raffi trying to rescue Rios, thank you. Bloody what's his name? And that was primarily Raffi was getting a little zazzed up about it, a little zhuzhed. And Seven was like, hey, bro, maybe you take it down a couple of pegs. Yeah. And so she did and gave Seven the tricorder. And Seven's solution was to EMP the bus, the ice bus, and then punch a bunch of motherfuckers in the head. After
also EMPing the bus driver.
Well, we're going to assume that was some sort of tricorder equivalent of stun mode.
I'm sure that was not actually an EMP, but it had the exact
Your brain is like some percentage of electricity, so I mean, it could have fucking
animation. It was a very Aliens moment.
Yeah, it was. So, whatever, they beat up a bunch of ice people and free a bunch of motherfuckers that are being treated inappropriately by, like, 2 racist-ass white dudes. That guard got Kirk slapped in the fucking head, though.
Yeah.
By Rios' homie in the bench seat next to him, or the next bench seat over. So that was gangster. But so, like, they get freed, and then they, like, beam to the ship, and then Picard explains that he has a plan, and then that's pretty much all we get out of those 3.
Yeah.
So Picard's story is that Picard and the Watcher, who is definitely not the Romulan gal that he's
in love with.
Yeah, sweet on, to use the ancient parlance.
What?
You know, like you're sweet on something.
Yeah, I know.
Old-timey people shit. Because Picard's an old-timey person shit, even though he's like from the future.
Yeah, he's definitely from the future.
Yeah, but he's old-timey. So she's definitely not the gal that he's sweet on, the Romulan that he's sweet on. And she basically is like, I'm only here to keep an eye on, whatever, Chelsea Picard, whatever that girl's name is. Renee, thank you. Renee Picard. I should know that name. Renee Picard. So, Renee Picard is Picard's great
She's an ancestor
of some sort.
Yeah, we don't know how many greats.
Yeah, I'm going to assume 2 to 412.
It's got to be somewhere in there.
It's got to be somewhere in there, probably. Tell me. And so she is like trying to be the pilot or some shit.
She's trying to be like an astronaut
well, specifically of the Europa mission, and then come to find out her psychologist is a psychiatric doctor or whatever the hell is like a real piece of shit. Immediately, I recognized that was Q's voice. This guy was trying to put on a German accent, and I was just like, that guy sounds a lot like John Delancey. I don't even care. Like, I don't even give a shit. I know that's John Delancey, and then come to find out it was Q, obviously. But so Q's trying to fuck with that shit. And then also, through this story as a side arc, as a side quest that, whatever, we'll see what happens. We get to meet past Data as Dr. Adam Sung, and past Data's daughter
as Dr. Soong's daughter.
As Dr. Soong's daughter.
who's allergic to the rays of the sun as well as the air and the water.
Yeah, they said that the sun would burn her skin and the air makes her blood poison and the water, I don't know, it's toxic also or some shit. Yeah. She has some sort of genetic condition, and then Q contacts him and is just like, go visit your 3D printer. And he 3D prints a really badass Q card. And I don't know, somehow that delivered an address or some shit. So Dr. Sung traveled several hours to meet Q in a diner where Q didn't answer any questions and gave him a random vial of some blue shit.
That actually just looked like a bullet that is the UV bullets from the Underworld
That's movies. Probably exactly what they used. And Dr. Sung tested it a little bit, and his computer said it was safe. So he just injected it in his daughter.
Well, first he said we didn't see it, but he said he injected it in himself.
That's clearly a lie.
Yeah.
I feel like that was very obviously a lie.
Well, but he doesn't have the genetic disease either.
It doesn't matter. It was still obviously a lie. Yeah. So he lied, and then she got to swim in the pool for a couple of hours or some nonsense, and then it stopped working, and I don't know, she almost turned into a zombie or some shit. And then
it definitely looked like zombies. Yeah.
And then he was like, Q, what's up? You have the real cure? And Q's just like, I do, gangster. I need you to help me first. Maybe fuck a particular person or something. So it sounds like Dr. Sung is going to make some sort of genetic bullshit to maybe fuck with the Picards.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit. Which it's like Q doesn't have his power anymore, or is at least at a reduced power.
It's very weird.
So I wonder if Q is trying to. This is my guess, is that Q is fuck Picard because he got out Shakespeare'd I don't know what 10 times. So how often did that shit happen in a season? That happened in the premiere season of Star Trek: The Next Generation. The first time Q ran into Picard, Q was just like, "What's up, forsooth, bitch?" And Picard was just waxing and shit. All fucking poetic and whatnot, and Q was just like, this fucking son of a bitch, and then spent the last I don't know, whatever 25 years being like, fuck this guy, and failing at every turn. So he decided to go back in time and fuck with his family because Q is nothing if not a petty bitch. But in my opinion, the going back in time and trying to fuck with his family is directly causing Q to lose his powers. I'm just putting this out there. Q is a descendant of Picard.
Ooh.
Since he lives in a non-linear reference frame for time, that means that he could be several, if not hundreds or thousands of generations in the future of Picard and still become a Q or transcend to Q-dom or whatever that shit is. And so by him trying to fuck with, because he might not know it, right?
Yeah. That would be a very interesting twist.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Just, I don't know, that's my vibe. But so whatever, Q's we gotta fuck with this bitch or some shit. And then the third plot device is, or the third plot is the device of the Borg Queen, which is she vaguely is trying to fuck with Science Gal. And so she calls the cops because, I don't know, whatever. She can fake voices and computers are stupid or something. And so she does, and they call the cops, and then she calls Agnes? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She calls Agnes in, and it's just like, Agnes, we gotta be homies. Lest wise, I kill this cop. And so Agnes just shotguns her in the neck.
With a shotgun that's probably been loaded and sitting on a mantelpiece for 70 years.
Yeah, whatever. We're gonna pretend that makes sense.
Yeah.
So whatever, she shotguns her in the neck, and then she dies. And then they're trying to drag the cop back to his car as Picard and not his Romulan sweetheart returns there, the Watcher. And then they're like, we gotta keep an eye on my ancestor. And so to do that, heist. And so they decide to heist a NASA ball or whatever. And so they do this by sending Agnes in, and Agnes goes in there and then gets caught by doing the obvious stuff.
But she looks fantastic in this outfit.
Oh yeah, she looks bang up in the outfit. Yeah, so good for her.
Yeah, get it, girl.
But like she's like talking into the comm badge, and then the lady on the security's just like red dress. This girl is talking to herself. This sounds concerning. We're gonna get fired. So they arrest her and put her in handcuffs, and then Picard's just like, "Are you in?" And she's like, "I'm in to do whatever I need to do." And then we get a flashback where while the Borg Queen was like unnecessarily touching Agnes's face and neck region, she partially assimilated her, and so it ends with the Borg Queen like sitting there just like, the old pretend to get caught so that we can get into the security office trick. That's a good trick. Into fucking episode, which is like not cool, right, dude?
Yeah, that was a crazy cliffhanger. So yeah,
I mean, I still support the idea that Agnes might be like the future Borg Queen or some bullshit.
I definitely am into that as well. That's like a very interesting idea, especially with the Borg Queen like low-key porting at least a portion of her consciousness into Agnes. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting to see if Agnes turns into the Borg Queen or a Borg Queen. Maybe the first Borg Queen too. Like,
well, I think the Borg are quite ancient. They're just not from around here. The Borg are from the Delta Quadrant. Like, Original. Yeah. You know? Original herbs and spices, Delta Quadrant style. Neelix. Brought to you by Chef Neelix. Chef Neelix's Original Herbs and Spices Delta Quadrant Edition. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of ground up gross shit. It's fine. And miscolored shit. But, yeah, so like that happened. I don't know, like... I'm kind of like, as soon as he was just like, I have a plan, and then it's like da-da-da-da-da, and then it's like heist shit. I'm just like, these motherfuckers are legitimately doing a heist joke in the middle of this fucking episode.
It's fantastic.
Right now.
I'm
like,
very
what?
here for it.
But like, all right, whatever. Like, I get it. I'm super here for it. Like, I'm interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see where Agnes goes. 7 of 9 and Raffi probably deserve their own show.
A dysfunctional buddy cop show?
Yeah. Well, not even dysfunctional buddy cop show. I mean, like, honestly, it could be supported by 7 of 9 alone. But, like, I want, like, 7 of 9 and Raffi, or 7 of 9 and Rios, or potentially just a 7 of 9 show where she occasionally is partnering up with Raffi and occasionally partnering up with Rios. Where she's just, like, in space, in a ship, fucking shutting down crimes.
Yeah.
Space cop style. Occasionally have to team up with her homies. I would fucking love it so much. Oh my god, I love 7 of 9. Ugh. She's doing so good. The show is so good for her. It's awesome. I love her as a character already, and I'm so into what they're doing with this show.
Yeah.
Raffi and Rios are kind of like doing their thing. I feel like of everybody, Rios hasn't had the opportunity to really like stretch his legs in this season so far. But I feel like it's because he's gonna do like badass shit later.
Yeah. I think we're building up to it for sure. Because we've still got the loose thread with him and the doctor chick.
Yeah.
You know, so they're gonna.
I feel like
there's gonna be something about that.
I feel like the open ends that we have thus far is fucking what's happening with Q, dude.
Yeah, what is up with Q?
And what is going on with this Watcher? Like, the explanation given was that some other shit selects some people to watch some other people.
Yeah.
And so that's what she does. Which is functionally the equivalent of being like, oh, my job is to do work. And you're like, very gangster. Thank you.
Well, it's very much like good. The Time guys in the Loki show. Like, it's very Marvel Time Cops.
Well, like the problem is that the Time Cops were pretty explicit about what they're doing, and this lady...
I mean, maybe there's not a lot of bureaucracy.
Not very explicit. Well, I mean, the Time Cops are literally 100% bureaucracy.
Yeah, maybe there's not as much bureaucracy.
None. I would go with no bureaucracy. Honestly, I mean, like, I want to know more, but I'm legitimately afraid that it's just not written out.
Yeah,
she's just going to be mysterious, and that's the way it's going to be. And frankly, that's sort of horseshit. Yeah. Not even from like a Trekkie standpoint, just from a fucking writing standpoint, like they should have dropped at least a couple of more hints this episode, in my opinion. Like, I the way that I see it is that, like, we're rapidly approaching mid of this season, and so I feel like we're just not going to really get answers about what that is.
No, I definitely don't think that we will.
And that's really just, like, bringing up some un-Q, new Q shit. Like, whatever, dude. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see where it goes.
I mean, they've already had one mistake in the Guinan not remembering Picard thing. And yeah, you can claim the Back to the Future thing on it, but that's a lucky mistake from them. I don't think
that's a lucky mistake from them.
They did that on purpose. So
I mean, I feel like they're already starting to cut corners on this time travel shenanigans that's happening. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll
with
see.
This shit.
Overall,
also,
this
they seem
was a great
unfocused
episode,
on rebuilding their ship, the thing that will allow them to escape the planet.
Yeah.
If something goes awry, but that's okay, right? Because whatever.
Maybe they're just gonna get some whales. I don't know.
Yeah, whales don't fly or repair starships. They're just whales. They just add mass.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's very silly, but I mean, it's fun. I'm super into it. I love that that like Brent Spiner was in this, and like the gal who plays his daughter was in this. Like, that was a fun little twist.
Yeah.
I want to know more about Q. I want to know more about the Watcher. Honestly, I want to know more about Picard's ancestor and the Europa mission. So we'll sort of like see where it goes. I'm still like kind of vaguely prepared for there to be like the rug pull moment where they have to do like a bad thing, like by Q doing what Q's doing, she decides to like fight through her trauma and go to the Europa mission, and it's not the Europa mission. Like, if she goes to the Europa mission, then like shit doesn't work out and she dies. But if she skips the Europa mission and she goes to the Io mission, which is the next mission, then that's when it happens, or some bullshit. Like, I'm still I feel like the way that the story's been written so far, I expect rugs being pulled. You know?
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have some rug pulls and some twists and stuff. It's a very like contrived storyline, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but it's very like
early 2000 Sci-Fi Channel science fiction TV series drama.
Yeah.
And like, I'm here for it, right? Like, no shade at all, but it'll be interesting to see like where it goes and what they're gonna do next. But I guess we're gonna just kind of finish with best part, Rios's like benchmate clobbering the shit out of that guard.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Right? Best part, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of Season 2, Episode 5 of Star Trek Picard, Fly Me to the Moon? Leave it in the dibbly-doo below. Either way, I have been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This has been Trek Jive. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that kind of stuff. And we will catch you guys on the flip side.
Next time.
Fly me to the moon.